How do Christians know what's wrong and right? The Bible comes with lots of instructions on how to live a righteous life, a life close to God. And the Bible's authors regularly identify what evil and sin look like. In fact, some books of the Bible are almost entirely dedicated to differentiating between good and evil, or right and wrong, like Leviticus. The book of Leviticus isn't a fun read for most people. Neither are the books of Numbers or Deuteronomy. This is because they're filled mostly with a long list of laws. The first 5 books of the Bible, which includes Leviticus, Numbers, and Deuteronomy, are known as the Law, or Torah. These books are filled with 613 laws, rules about our actions like what we eat, getting tattoos, what kind of fabric is okay to wear, and appropriate sexual contact. But they include rules about how we think too, like taking care of strangers and foreigners, loving our neighbors, and loving God. For the people of Israel, these laws were of paramount importance. In Joshua 1:8, God commands, "Keep this book of the law always on your lips. Meditate on it day and night, so you may be careful to do everything written in it. Then you will be prosperous and successful." For many contemporary Jews, these laws are mandatory. For example, Jews who keep kosher never serve meat and dairy in the same meal. Do not cook a young goat in its mother's milk. The way that Christians relate to these laws, and even the entire Old Testament, is less clear. Some theologians argue that these laws must be fully kept, but others, like author Trevor D. Richardson, argue that the inconsistency and cultural distance of these laws demand they all be thrown out. He says, "How can we pick and choose which parts of the Bible to follow? One thing is God's will, and another thing is just cultural difference?" How do we decide which ancient Jewish laws are situational and which are for all time? Why are so many Christians okay with a woman having sex on her period, but they are not okay with people having gay sex? What about laws forbidding tattoos, mixed fiber fabrics, or even bacon? So why keep any of the laws at all? The Bible tells us that we aren't saved by keeping law. We are saved simply by believing in Jesus. But there must be some value to the laws we find in the Old Testament. At least Paul thought so. Therefore, the law is holy, and the commandment is holy and just and good. So why do you think many Christians strictly follow some Old Testament Jewish laws and ignore others? Are we supposed to adhere to all of the Old Testament laws? Just some of them? Do we have to pay them any attention in the 21st century? What is the value of the law?